In 1970, the All-Star Circuit of Champions was born. It is the original Touring Ring Sprint Car Series where the greatest drivers in the world compete throughout the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the game always on behalf of Tony Stewart and the entire staff of the Always Fun Outlet All-Star Circuit Champions presented by Mobile One and everyone here at Attica Raceway Park. We thank you for your support of America's Series here tonight in Attica. Next time by after turn number 4, we invite each and every one of you to your feet to salute tonight's A-Main starting field. Fireworks shooting off. Attica Raceway Park. Out of your seat and on your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the Ollie's Bargain Outlet All-Star Circuit of Champions presented by Mobile One. 5,000. Have to say hi to Jacob Seelman. Great job covering all sorts of racing. Sport. Mike Dussel watching online, and you got Kistler under the hood tonight, an extra $1,000 to win the main event. 40 laps, $5,000 to win. Night number 1 of the Attica Ambush. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Attica Raceway Park, it's showtime! One with the wild child following soon as we try to go 3 wide for the second spot on for turn number 2. Tim Schaefer, yellow, coming back, starting coming back. No start there. Conley in car number 3C jumping the start to be docked a pair of spots. So it'll be Jack Hodgshield and Tim Schaefer on the front row, now a pair of National Sprint Car Hall of Famers. Parents watching online on the Flow Sports app, just shows how easy that Flow Sports app is. I can give them a hard time, but it's pretty darn easy. They got it up on the TV. Tim Schaefer and Jack Hodgshield. Boy. '97 All-Star Circuit Champions wins, represented on that front row, and a pair of National Sprint Car Hall of Famers. Hod with 31 All-Star wins and Schaefer with 66. Side-by-side, nose to tail, and cannot go green until you see the Mobile One banner and the orange cone in turn number 4. That is where you can light the candles up in. The 3C went early last time by. This time by, the green is out. Turn number 1 and Tim Schaefer leads the field into turn number 2. Schaefer goes to the high side as we're side-by-side for the 4th spot. Here comes Trey Jacobs. Jacobs now tries down to the inside, and Shane Stewart on the move. Stewart through the middle of the racetrack. Shane Stewart into the 5th spot, looking for more. Shane Stewart has that Indy Raceway 71 car to life. Stewart up into the 4th spot. Shane Stewart from 8th to 4th in less than 2 laps. having a fantastic season. It's good battle for third between Shane Stewart and the 3C of Cale Conley. Conley down to the inside. They'll swap lines in turns 1 and 2. Stewart continues to pedal hard on the high side of the racetrack. Good battle between him and Cale Conley, and a good battle between Corey Eliason and Trey Jacobs. Cale Conley sits third in points here at Attica Raceway Park as he's had a breakout season this year with Brian Kavanaugh spinning the wrenches for him. 6 laps in the books. There goes Shane Stewart, moves Shane into the 3rd spot. Shane Stewart and Bernie have been quite the pairing this year. Picked up a win with the World of Outlaws, a 2nd place run with us at the Muskegon County Speedway. 10 times an All-Star winner in his career is Shane Stewart, as Zeb Wise starting to feel things out in car number 11 and come to life a little bit through the middle of the racetrack and start to close in on Trey Jacobs. That would bump Wise into the 6th spot. The All-Star Rookie of the Year, just 17 years young, as we got a yellow in turn number, red flag in turn number 2. Dwayne Zablocki in the 9C upside down with 9 laps in the books. The 9C of Dwayne Zablocki, the car upside down. Zablocki was running 19th. And we're coming to green next time by 31 laps remaining. Tim Schaefer brings us back to Corey Eliason right high on the high side. Boy, did Corey Eliason tap dance with the devil on the top side of the racetrack and nearly put that Hoosier tire over the top side of the racetrack. Corey Eliason putting on a show in turns 1 and 2 on the high side of the racetrack as you've got a good battle going for that 2nd spot. Shane Stewart battling with National Sprint Car Hall of Famer Jack Hodgshield. We got one still moving on the outside of the racetrack. It looks to be Cole Macedo in the 23 car. It is Cole Macedo outside of the racetrack, and we'll see what he chooses to do as we stay green. Macedo still rolling yellow, gonna fly. Stop. 11 complete, 29 to go. It's Schaefer, Hodgshield, Shane Stewart, Cale Conley, Corey Eliason 5th. Then Zeb Wise is 6th, Cap Henry 7th, Max Stambaugh 8th, Cale Thomas 9th, Ian Madsen is 10th, or Ian Madsen 10th. Then 11th, Paul McMahon, 12th, Craig Nix, 13th, Paul Duncan, 14th, Drew Brubaker, and 15th is Caleb Griffin. 16th, TJ Michael, 17th, Rico Abreu, 18th will be Hunter Schoenberg, 19th, Skylar G, and 20th is Aaron Wright, so 21st will be Corey Eliason once again putting on a show on the high side of the racetrack and really starting to close in on Cale Conley. Look at Eliason go on the high side. Eliason way up high up to turn number 4 and a big run down the front stretch into turn number 1. Corey Eliason is on to something to that Rudy Racing 26 car. Shane Stewart continues to pressure the wild top, but here comes Eliason charging into Ravici Racing 3C, and now sliders all over in 3 and 4. A big slider by Cap Henry. Move Henry into the 6th spot. Battle for the lead though, a 3-car battle down the backstretch. Jeff Converse all over it. Tim Schaefer continues to lead. Jack Hodgshield and Shane Stewart. But Hod and Stewart continue to close on the 28 of Tim Schaefer with 15 of the books this time by.
Somebody actually running higher on a racetrack than Jack Hodgshield.
It's 2020, what do you know? Shane Stewart, 3 distinct lines out there though. Schaefer around the high side, Hahn through the middle, the higher side, and Shane Stewart through the bottom to middle side of turns 1 and 2. Schaefer starts to slip away. Lap traffic still a little bit in front of your leaders though, about a straightaway in front of your leader, but a good battle for a second between the 3 of Jack Hodgshield and the 71 of Shane Stewart. Shane Stewart continues to stay persistent, and the back bumper of the 3 of Hodgshield. There's Shane to the inside, but he can't make a go. Shane Stewart knocking on the door. Will he knock it down in 1 and 2? He can't. Pull the side jump and Hahn off the racetrack. Jack Hodgshield off the racetrack, and Shane Stewart didn't need to kick the door in. Hahn opened the door, and 33W of Caleb Griffith, the car outside the horse track, around in turn number 2. Boy, Tim Schaefer, probably happy to see a yellow there, get him into clean air and out of the lap traffic, because lap traffic was quickly approaching. 20 down, 20 to go, and we're back to green. Shane Stewart tried it, but couldn't make it go. Stewart back down to the inside. Shane Stewart side by side for the lead at turn 4. Schaefer leads lap 21. Boy, this is classic Attica. Oh, Jack Brooks a run in turn number 1 and loses a spot. Now he says, hang on, hold my beer. I'll take that spot right back. Thank you very much. And Corey Eliason loses a pair of spots. Eliason had the 3rd spot, now relegated back to 5th. As Cale Conley slips right on by him as Shane Stewart continues to pressure for the lead. Now Conley all over Hahn for 3rd. Shane Stewart on the very bottom. Tim Schaefer on the top of the racetrack. Aaron Reitzel looked to be off the pace, but now back on the pace in car number 87. The All-Star points leader right now running in 17th, but he's fallen back a couple of spots. Reitzel relegated back to 20th. Lap traffic for your leader, Tim Schaefer, 1 lap car, and then he's got quite a bit of space. Schaefer misses a high side just a little bit, though. Boy, that high side of turn number 2 must be absolutely razor thin, as we've seen several guys slip over the high side of the racetrack, fall onto the horse track, and bring out a yellow. 25 down and 15 to go for 66-time All-Star winner Tim Schaefer, as Shane Stewart out there hustling for his 11th career All-Star win, with time with Craig Delansky and Byron Reed on the all-time wins list. Schaefer switched his lines up, though, and seems to be working. The 71 as Stewart's gone to the higher side of 1 and 2, and Schaefer now on the bottom side of turns 1 and 2 as Tim Schaefer clicks off lap number 27. Schaefer able to move that Brian Grove-owned number 28 car around the racetrack. His lead at 1.145 seconds. Corey Eliason getting a little bit of company back in the pack as he battles through lap traffic. Here comes Cale Thomas. Thomas pulled the cat out of the hat 2 years ago for his first All-Star win on the bottom side of the racetrack as he tries to work that Pete Grove-owned 70 into the top 5. Cale Thomas rides in the 6th spot in car number 70. There goes Paul McMahon. He'll shoot past the 4 of Cap Henry. Paul McMahon into the 7th spot. McMahon recorded his first quick time of the season earlier tonight. And boy, there's a gaggle of cars right there. And Ian Madsen now into the mix. The lap car, the 33W of Caleb Griffith is there. And Ian Madsen right now all over the 4 of Cap Henry. Ian Madsen tries to thread the needle. He does so in turn 4. What a move by the St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia native. Ian Madsen starting to get comfortable and pulling away. Schaefer trying to end the drought, but Shane Stewart and Cale Thomas with 2 laps to go trying to put something in the mix here and stamp their name in the record books tonight. Schaefer, oh my, Jack off the racetrack in turn number 2. He'll lose a pair of spots as the white flag flies. 1 to go for the Steel City Outlaw. Cale Thomas all over Shane Stewart into turn number 1 as Tim Schaefer sits 4th on the all-time wins list. Hasn't won since February 1st of 2019. He ends that and Brian Lisky will head down to victory lane and chat with the Steel City Outlaw.
That Brian Grove Racing, Rudzik Excavating number 28. It's been a while since he's been in the All-Star victory lane. Out of the car, make some noise for Tim Schaefer. Blake just said since February of 2019 since you've had an All-Star win.
Oh, it's been a while. I haven't run with them steady, but you know, we're just building a team, and we can only run a limited schedule, and boy, we got to make it worthwhile when we do. And hats off to my guys, the Rider engines, RPM chassis, momentum shocks. Just everybody stepped up, and here we are.
You've always been a real stickler for shocks on a sprint car, and I saw you talking with Keith Berner earlier tonight, and you mentioned momentum shocks in here. You really pay attention to that aspect of sprint cars.
Well, you got to. I mean, these kids they're getting harder to beat, so we got to get our car really nice. And actually, I got one of Keith's on the right front, and the other 3 are momentums, and you know, they're just all working together. And Keith, I got some late model stuff off of my late model too. So, but it's all about, you know, enjoying yourself. But this is making a living, and the late models for playing.
Tim, the last restart, you went to the top side of 1 and 2. You had been restarting on the bottom. You found something up there late in the race.
Well, you got to move around. This is Attica, and if you don't move around, you're going to get your ass handed to you. It definitely changes throughout the night, and I just hope I was doing the right things.
Well, you did. Tim Schaefer, congratulations. Night number 1 of the Attica Ambush. He gets it done for his 2nd win of the season here. 19th of his career, I believe, here at Attica Raceway Park. Blake, we got Shane Stewart, runner-up here. I just turned, I said 10,000 win. You want that one. But you want to win whenever you can. But since you and Bernie and this gang at Indy Parts put this deal together, you've been fast.
Yeah, well, it's just a testament to what Bernie does. You know, being a part-time team, I feel like every time we've hit the track, we've been pretty competitive. And some of those drivers are out here, you know, bidding for our jobs on a daily basis. And anytime you can run good, it helps that cause. But definitely got to thank Betsy and Bernie for the opportunity. And I thought we had a pretty good car in there. About the last 10 laps, I felt like I started fading. Then I started running out of gas. So fortunate to run second, but starting 8th, to run second on that type of track says a lot about the equipment that's underneath me. And it's always a privilege to drive the 71.
Shane Stewart comes home in that 2nd spot. Let's get Cale Thomas up here. Cale Thomas, where are you? Here he comes. Brings that Pete Grove 70 home in the 3rd spot. Late race charge for the youngster out of Fairland, Indiana. Cale Thomas, what got into you there the last 10 laps of this race, man? You really flew up there.
Yeah, I think even before that, just halfway, I don't know, the first 10 laps I was a little worried. I was, you know, backing up and getting outside the top 10, and we had a couple cautions there, and I got to think to myself, like, what this track was doing, and it reminded me of, you know, what I grew up racing here in, like, 2015, 2016 Attica, where it's just slick, and guys like Dale Blaney can run right through the middle, and, you know, guys like that taught me how to do that, and that's what I did. I just moved the wing back and, you know, gave the 70 Premier Motorsports car a great race tonight.
Congratulations. Coming up through the pack, Cale Thomas, a top 3 opening night of the Attica Ambush.